F1 superstar Lewis Hamilton is on the news again, and this time, his outburst against his team in a leaked video has since gone viral. Now fans and analysts are wondering what is actually going on behind the scenes. Well, the stakes appear to be quite high for the new Formula 1 season, potentially making it one of the most exciting in the last few years. In today's video, we'll be discussing the ongoing dispute between Hamilton and Mercedes. Stay tuned while we find out the race's new motive will affect the new season. The 2023 Australian Grand Prix may be gone, but Lewis Hamilton and Mercedes are far from reconciling. So, what exactly is the deal here? The Grand Prix of Australia in 2023 was, as usual, one of the most anticipated races of the year. What could have been an exciting start surprisingly takes another turn, where Hamilton somehow ignites a feud with the rest of his Mercedes teammates. He had finished second behind Max Verstappen, and he wasn't happy with the result. While returning to the Mercedes garage, Hamilton found himself in the middle of an argument with his colleagues. In the leaked footage, the 7-time world champion was heard questioning his team's behaviour before being seen angrily storming out. The incident was later analysed throughout the Formula 1 community, with many already giving their speculations as to what exactly caused the fight. While many blame tactical differences to be the issue here, others have already pointed out some underlying reasons. With the way things are headed, it's getting clearer that the tension between Hamilton and Mercedes is likely going to continue, with the Azerbaijan GP coming up soon. The atmosphere will be very high for both teams, strive for victory, so F1 enthusiasts are already anticipating an interesting race. Looking into the matter proper, it comes as no surprise that the history of Formula 1 is littered with memorable events, and with a star like Hamilton dominating the news, one can only expect. Remembering iconic memories such as Michael Schumacher's victories in his signature red Ferrari and Daniel Ricciardo's infamous crash into the pool at Monaco. And then there's Lewis Hamilton, the man who has just finished in the top 3 for the 191st time, was supposed to be greeted by his team with open arms, but that wasn't the case in Australia. Hamilton even went on to declare that his Mercedes W14 was worse than the worst car they had ever had in the paddock. That claim really shocked Formula 1 fans across the world. After qualifying third on Saturday and finishing on the podium for the first time this season on Sunday, his fans are excited and cheering for his well-awaited comeback. Now the question looms, is the dynamic relationship between Hamilton and Mercedes finally over? After numerous restarts due to Australia's rough debris-filled terrains, Hamilton's called out the fact that his PR manager was the only one he met returning back to base during mid-race. Kelly Slater, who is an ex-surfing legend, confirmed that Hamilton was very pissed when he returned. "Where the fuck is my team?" Those were his words Kelly posted on Instagram. The champion's feelings about the lack of support were still fresh during the post-race show. When asked what the team's podium result meant to them, Hamilton gave his explanation from his own perspective, but was unable to speak for the rest of the squad because he hadn't seen any of them. Let's get this right. This is not the first time it will happen. Hamilton and Mercedes have had their share of arguments and difficulties over the years, including championship conflicts with teammates, on-track incidents, and tactical blunders. He and Nico Rosberg were also locked in a heated championship duel at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix back in 2016. Although Hamilton almost came out on top in the race, Rosberg ended up being the champion. Hamilton slowed down at the end of the race on purpose, sending Rosberg back into the pack of slower cars and costing him the lead and the championship. One group that spoke out against this tactic was the Mercedes team's management itself. Later that year, they accidentally ran into each other at the Spanish Grand Prix. The crash wasn't fatal, but Hamilton and Rosberg were forced to retire from the race after the unfortunate collision in the opening lap. Over the next 1 year, the incident had caused some tension between the two drivers and the rest of the team as well. Then in 2017, at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, Sebastian Vettel thought Lewis Hamilton had brake-checked him during a safety car period, so he rammed into the back of Hamilton's Ferrari. The damage was already done to Vettel's car, which is one of the reasons both racers have a toxic relationship till date. Since then, several sources have criticised Hamilton's actions during times like this. Another major highlight was the Monaco Grand Prix. In the closing stages, Hamilton was pitted under the safety car, but his team members underestimated the gap to race leader Sebastian Vettel. As a result, Hamilton lost the lead and finished in an astonishing 7th position. Another case that is difficult to overlook happened a year later in Italy. The 2018 Italian Grand Prix, Hamilton was accused of impeding Kimi Raikkonen on a qualifying lap, and Raikkonen wasn't able to complete his final lap in qualifying. This led to Hamilton being given a grid penalty at the start of the race. Mercedes team principal at the time, Toto Wolff, accused Ferrari of cheating by assisting Raikkonen with team directives. This happened again in the Azerbaijan Grand Prix later that year. When Hamilton and teammate Valtteri Bottas were jostling for position throughout the race, they finally made contact, but Hamilton ended up in second place, although the incident did cause some friction between him and Bottas. While in the lead in the 2018 German Grand Prix, Lewis Hamilton made a mistake and skidded off the course. As a result, he fell through the ranks and lost his previous position. After the race, Hamilton attacked the team's strategy and decisions, implying that he had not been provided with accurate information over the radio. Interestingly, 2021 became the year of a turning point for he and Max Verstappen's 5-year feud. Their rivalry was reborn, and it created a really entertaining year for Formula One. During the British Grand Prix, Hamilton collided with Max's car, and it resulted to the former being penalised. Despite being 10 seconds short, Hamilton still won the race, but there were consequences. Fans and observers criticised his new tactics as dangerous, but the win cemented his comeback and saw him even going to sign a 1-year extension with Mercedes later that year. It happened again in Hungary, and it was now clear Hamilton was back, but this time a lot more different. His attitude both on and off the wheels was truly intensified over the years, and it is now hurting his professional relationship. Speculation has been rife regarding his future with Mercedes due to their history of conflicts over contracts and other issues, but the star extended his contract with Mercedes for another year in 2021, increasing his annual salary to almost $40 million. His contract talks with Mercedes have been put on hold after the team's difficult start to the 2017 season, and he may wait until his current deal expires after the 2023 Formula One season to sign a new one. However, after the Silver Arrow's dismal performance at the Bahrain Grand Prix, Hamilton and Mercedes put their contract negotiations on hold. Toto Wolff, the team's principal, has promised significant improvements and is optimistic about the squad's chances of rebounding from their slow start. Some of his fans have questioned Mercedes' absence and speculated on possible explanations, while others have maintained the team has his back and he should keep talking to them till they figure it out. So, in light of this escalation in hostility, one can only wonder what will happen next between Lewis Hamilton and Mercedes. However, if you liked this video, please hit the like button and subscribe. Until we meet again, make sure to follow all the latest Formula One happenings. Bye for now.